Today I'm going to try and use this Digitrax PR4 device to connect my computer to my N-scale model railway. How hard's that going to be? Okay, so let me talk you through it. This is a Digitrax PR4. This is the latest version of Digitrax's USB to Loconet interface. And the idea is that you can use this to connect your Digitrax Loconet output to a USB connection, which can then connect into your computer. So let's have a look. On the back we've got two Loconet sockets and one USB socket. So that's sort of Loconet in, Loconet out. You put it in on your sort of Loconet bus, and then here's a connection for the USB that goes off to the computer. Now the idea of this is that anything travelling over the Loconet will reach the computer, and the computer can also send stuff out onto the Loconet. So I should be able to use this to both control the trains, control the accessories, that means turn the points, by sending commands from the computer onto the Loconet, which should then be picked up on the DCC power bus, but also to listen in on what's happening on the Loconet. So if I have any feedback devices, such as occupancy detection, then I should be able to see that on the computer as well. So today what I'm going to do is just wire it up. I'm going to see if I can control the train. I'm going to see if I can turn a point, and then I'm going to scratch my head a bit and think about what I'm going to do with occupancy detection. Okay, so I've plugged in the PR4 to the USB connection on a computer. I've also plugged it into the Loconet connection on the DCC controller, but I haven't actually powered that on yet. Anyway, there's some lights flashing. If I read the manual, it'll probably tell me what the lights mean, but I haven't read the manual, so I don't know. I'm going to turn on the DCC controller now. Okay, I've turned on the DCC controller. The lights on the PR4 are still the same, and the lights on the controller seem good. It's got power, network, and track status seems good, I think. So the hardware hasn't blown up. Next thing to do is to sort some software out. So we'll have a look at the setup here. I've got a few points over here on my layout. We'll have a look at those in a minute. And there's the PR4 connected to the Loconet and the USB cable going into the computer. Now the computer's running a bit of software called DigiMon, which allows me to monitor what's happening on the Loconet. So what I'll do is I'll run some screen capture software, and then we can watch the points and so on while we play around, see what happens. So I'll set this up, having a look at the points. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is just throw one of the points and see what appears on the DigiMon software. go. And you can see each time I throw the point, a few lines of data appear on the Loconet. So that's reassuring. That shows me that I can at least monitor what's happening on the Loconet. I'll try the other point. Now, unfortunately, the DigiMon software doesn't really tell me exactly what the command means. But if I want to, I could go and look up the Loconet spec. Digitrax do publish a document which tells you what the packet means and so on. But I'm not sure I'm sufficiently bothered to spend time doing that. Okay, let me see what happens if I try and run a loco. Now, because I'm halfway through rewiring the layout, the train's not going to run. But if I change the speed, you'll see there's a load of data going through. So that's reassuring. So the next thing I'm going to do is start up a different piece of software. This is called Train Controller. And I'm going to run it in demo mode, which means it'll turn itself off after a while. But that's okay, because I can just have a go. Now you see here I've got a schematic of my layout. I set it all up, and in particular these points here, they're all configured with the correct point ID, accessory ID. So what I should be able to do is to operate the point. And because this software is connecting to the USB PR4, it should be able to send commands onto the Loconet and operate the points. So let's see if the three-way point switches. And it does. I'll just change your viewpoint a bit so you can have a look at the train over there. Now I've set this train up so the software knows its ID. You can see there it's 6100. So I can open up here a throttle. We'll be able to see if I'm able to drive the train. Now for some reason it's not going to let me because I think the computer's in control of the train. Let me see if I can change that. So I'm not very good with this software at the moment, but if I get a bit better at it, I might buy it, and if I don't, I won't bother. So I think that's pointing forwards. And if I turn the speed up, I can hear behind me the train has started to move. So that's good. So that's demonstrated that I can do two things. I can control the points and I can drive the trains through the computer. And as I showed you earlier using DigiMon, the computer can see information that's going over the Loconet that's generated by the DCC controller as well. So I think I'm going to wrap the video up there. I've got the confidence that the system's starting to work, but I think I need to spend a bit more time fiddling around and just setting a few things up and learning how to use the software. Do join me next time. I expect I'm going to be trying to see if I can get the block detection and the feedback working using that DigiKey's DR4088 device.